Welcome to the Lighthouse Theater, and here we go, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Todd Grisham, and next to me for the broadcast, the one and only Johnny Nelson.
You tried to give me the slip, didn't you, my friend? There was no way I was going to miss this.
And now it's time for the tale of the tape. First, we have Larry Holmes. Watch out for that reach of 206 centimeters. He's also 191 centimeters tall and weighed in at 103 kilos. Up against them, Muhammad Ali. He stands 191 centimeters tall with a reach of 198.
Todd, this is well anticipated. I'm so looking forward to this, Terrell. These two are really up for it.
Eastern assassin Larry Holmes, the man that beat Muhammad Ali but never has really gotten his just. This is Muhammad Ali, perhaps the biggest mouth in the game today, but boy did he back it up in his last fight as he just beat Sonny Liston to claim the World Heavyweight Championship.
Oh, pure bad blood.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, from Easton, Pennsylvania, here is one of boxing's all-time greats, the heavyweight champion of the world, known as the Easton Assassin, introducing Larry Holmes. Hiding out of the blue corner, introducing in this corner, undefeated in his campaign with a record of 20 wins, no losses, 16 wins coming by way of knockout. The renowned U.S. Olympic gold medalist and the newly crowned heavyweight champion of the world.
What a pleasure it is to be here in this environment. What a venue for this showdown.
We see the crowd, the people, the fans. We just cannot wait for this fight to...
They ring the bell, and here we go.
Come on with it, boy. Come on with it.
When are we going to see a jab from these two? Punch, counter punch.
Come on with it, boy. Come on with it.
Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Oh, Larry Holmes now in some real trouble. He takes a step back, retakes himself, and here we go again.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What do they do? What do they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
How about that time counter shot? Couldn't land that jab. Tough to be a judge in this fight as both fighters have had their big moments. We welcome you to this beautiful theater where every seat has been sold, but don't expect these fans to be
Lewisville lip. I'll shut that Lewisville lip up. That Lewisville lip.
For a fighter walking into a theater, I think this is the closest thing to fighting in a gym because the people are up close. You can hear people
ain't nothing but a Lewisville lip.
You can hear people jeering, saying how good you are, saying how bad you are.
Oh, Larry Holmes on the back foot.
Lewisville lip.
And here he comes, finally waking up from that nap.
What caught sleeping on the job? What do you do? You step back, steady your...
Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Let's talk about Holmes' Holmes in that last round. Well, we're entering desperation mode here. Gonna need a knockout.
Every second, every minute of this fight is important. Every second, every minute of this round is important. You cannot afford to lose it.
And there's the bell to start the round.
Shut your Louisville lip up.
Last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him. Tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Nobody home with that hook. Nope, that hook won't score. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. That counter punch caught him clean. Nice exchanges from both men in this round.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill.
Larry Holmes now stumbling backwards. And the heavyweight legend goes to the canvas. Well, they're back up now, but they've got to be cautious. Cannot afford to trade back now, can they, Johnny?
The corner need to think nice and sharp. They know they fight. They know.
Oh, my, the big fella just got rocked. Let's talk about Holmes in that last round. We're hoping for an all-action slugfest. Let's see if they can shake off the cobwebs after a disastrous last round.
I have no idea what they have left. How do you come back from something like that? Not on twice? Where's your head at? Where's your energy levels at? It tells you you've got nothing left.
Oh, Larry Holmes just got dazed. I thought we were going to see the finish there.
Green Days now needs to steady the pace.
Oh, the Eastern Assassin in some trouble here. So time to go celebrate after a knockout win here.
What a build-up. What a journey towards this fight. What a fight itself. The crowd enjoyed it. The fighters enjoyed it. I certainly enjoyed it. And what a way to end the fight. There's no mistake there about who won. What a shot.
Don't like getting beat by no Louisville lip. Lock up. Good rank. Butterbean for Vladimir Klitschko. Lennox Lewis. Dip back in all day sometimes. Jack Dempsey. There you go. And oh.
The fans are ready, and it looks like the fighters are now ready. Alongside me, English fighting legend Johnny Nelson.
Looking forward to this one, Todd.
It's time for our tale of the tape. Up first, Larry Holmes. One of the all-time great heavyweights tipping the scales at 213 pounds. And he'll face Deontay Wilder, 6'7" tall, with that massive 83-inch reach.
Talk about hot seats in the house. I am so lucky to be sat where I am watching this fight live. I can tell my grandkids about this.
And here comes the Easton assassin, Larry Holmes. Dominated the heavyweight division in the early 80s. In fact, he went 48 fights before suffering his first defeat. Watch out for that very impressive jab. Deontay Wilder, bronze bomber, fighting out of Tuscaloosa, Alabama, the former heavyweight champion of the world.
Look at this. These fights are so up front. Look at that.
This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner from Easton, Pennsylvania. Here is one of boxing's all-time greats, the heavyweight champion of...
We've waited a long time for this fight. It's here, and the fighters are good to go.
Todd, I'm going to stay here till the end of the night, because if you're a fight fan like me...
They ring the bell, and here we go. Threw the hook, didn't land.
After macho to macho.
That counter punch caught him clean. Do you believe this? Oh, Larry Holmes now in some real trouble. No, we don't see a knockdown. Oh, the Easton assassin in some trouble here. And Larry Holmes goes
Oh, no! Oh.
Well, they beat the count and are
Oh,
ready to
boy.
go again.
Resilience to be down.
Bust your ass up. Bust your ass up.
Back foot.
Bust your ass up. Got up 6.
How about that will to win and refusal to stay down as this fight continues?
Just look. Just look.
So it's onward and upward after a knockout win here.
Accuracy, power, punch, perfect. That must hurt.
Take the bus up. Take the bus up. Charge. 9 minutes. 9 minutes. There. Nice, sir.
Something you just say. Undisputed, we're the undisputed ones. We want it to be gangster, yeah, we want it to be dons. We end up in the can and I don't mean a Rubicon. I've always been a champion, I've done this on my ones. I've been running up hills, I've been banging out weights, I've been beating up the heavy bag, I'm training every day. Had to fight for these mills, had to lose a couple mates. Sacrifice after sacrifice, that's the only way. Undisputed, they thought that I could do
Nothing much, just hang around.
they all thought I was deluded. The pain's deep rooted, the game's diluted. These
What?
rappers aren't gangster, they're all
Nothing much, just hang around. Yep. What you doing, mailing a letter or what? Nope. So you gonna watch the Fox match this weekend or what? Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul. Jake Paul, well, I know Jake Paul's gonna win, but we still ought to watch it, man. There ain't no way that Mike Tyson can win, but we still ought to watch it.
You think he's just gonna drop his title just for a fucking YouTuber? You think Mike Tyson's gonna drop his fucking title for a YouTuber?
Yeah, I mean, I know there ain't no way Mike Tyson can win, but
Mike Tyson's gonna drop his fucking title for a YouTuber. The first in history. Shut the fuck up. Yeah, you have to get up right now. You're fucking quiet.
nah, I mean, I know Mike Tyson's gonna get obliterated, but you know, you ought to watch it still. Just for the hell of it.
I guess, bro. I'm gonna think about this moment and think about what the fuck you said. Dumbass shit, bro.
I know you can't hang with the youngster, but we'll see. Jake Paul's Russian, I think. You can't hang with the Russians.
Yes, bro.
He's got that Russian dog in him. Like what's his name? Like Schwarzenegger. What's up? How you doing? Was it none? It looks like a. You gonna watch a fight this weekend? You watch Mike Tyson get obliterated? Well, I hope you watch Jake Paul destroy Mike Tyson this weekend. What's up?
What's up, dude?
Nothing much. How you doing?
Doing some long drink.
Doing some long drinking? Cool. Awesome.
Long drink.
Yeah, long drinking. Yeah, yeah. So, what's that jersey you got on?
What?
Oh, you must play for a league or something, huh?
Why you worried about what I do?
I ain't worried about it. Talk about something else you want to. You gonna watch Jake Paul whip Mike Tyson's butt this weekend? You gonna watch Jake Paul whip Mike Tyson's butt this weekend?
I'm not too sure about that.
Don't think so, huh? I'm gonna tell you, from what I've seen, Jake Paul might knock him out in one punch early.
Thank you, Jada.
You look at how strong that Jake Paul's punches are. See, the thing about here's the thing. Everybody's focused on Mike Tyson, so they haven't seen Jake Paul. But you look when he hits hard.
Who did Jake Paul beat?
It don't matter. He's so young.
I'm asking you a question. Just answer it.
Well, he's 10 and 11. He's beat 10 pro boxers.
Nate Robinson was a pro boxer.
They got the pro card.
Nate Robinson was a pro boxer. He beat a bunch of bums, man.
It don't matter, man, because Mike Tyson's so old.
Even he tell himself, yeah, come on, Jada, come on. He don't know what he talking about.
No, I mean Mike Tyson's so old, man.
Jake Paul hasn't beat anybody, bro. He fought a real boxer, and guess what? He lost.
Yeah, but look at all those old guys he fought. All the old guys he beat him.
A real boxer, and he lost.
There's a young guy like him. Looks like he's got Russian in him. Russians are strong. Get them strong punches. We'll see. I mean, but
Jake Paul ain't gonna beat Mike Tyson. If you want to bet, I bet you a dragon. How about that? You got dragon money?
I ain't got no dragon right now. But we'll see. We'll find out.
All right, man. I got dragon money. If you ever want to bet, you know what I'm saying? We can bet dragon money.
All right, I might get some in a little bit.
Yeah, Mike Tyson gonna whoop that boy ass, and you gonna see. You gonna think about me too.
They're gonna drug his water. They're gonna drug his water. What's up?
You about to sleep, bro?
No, I'm fine.
Having the beard. Oh, the beard.
What's up, Jim?
At the same time.
You gonna watch Jake Paul whip Mike Tyson's ass this weekend?
I'm gonna do that. I'm definitely. I actually put in my reminder. I'm gonna watch it on Netflix.
I'll bet $100 on Jake Paul.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Mike, so I was just thinking about Mike is old now. Like he's not that fast anymore.
Yeah. He looks like Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, like he got old. He got old, man. He got old. He's not that fast anymore.
Yeah.
He's stronger. He might be like if he can hit, if he get the chance to hit Paul, it's game over. But I don't think Paul is.
Yeah, but who do you think hits harder, Tyson or Paul?
Tyson.
And but Paul's so much younger, man. I don't know.
Yeah, like Paul's advantage is he's faster. He's young. He got his good nervous system.
So I'm gonna ask you a question. What do you think Mike Tyson would do today if he came back and started working his way up to boxing ranks? How high would he get? What do you think Mike Tyson would do today if he come back and start trying to work his way up to boxing ranks?
Like from the bottom.
Yeah.
At this age.
Yeah.
He cannot do that.
Yeah, we wouldn't get very far. So you think that lowly of Jake Paul? Didn't Jake Paul beat some of the guys on the bottom ranks, the boxing league?
Like he is making his way up.
Yeah.
I see that.
I don't know.
I see that he's definitely good.
I think Mike Tyson's going to win too, but I don't really think it's fair because he's got all this help, you know. He's got all these training techniques and everything.
He's a guru, bro. He's a godfather for boxing, to be honest.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But he got my respect. Why? Because he's still trying to defend his title.
Oh yeah. Yep.
You feel me? Like, that's a warrior.
Yep. Virgin bar, still mine. Hey, how you doing? I'm doing good, just hanging out. So, you gonna watch this fight this weekend or what? What's that? You gonna watch this fight this weekend or what? Oh man, what's your predictions? You must have all these thousands of predictions. I'll knock out. What's up?
Hold on, bud. How you
Not
doing?
much. You gonna watch this fight this weekend?
Not my attention.
Yeah.
Fuck no.
You gonna watch Jake Paul just dust him off?
Yeah,
Just dust him off with the greatest of ease?
yeah, right, buddy. Live it up,
Just dust off that old timer?
buddy. Mike Tyson will bite his fucking ear off. If he wanted to, he'd fucking cut out.
Mike Tyson don't bite ears off anymore. He's on to biting dicks off.
Okay. That's the middle one. Never mind. Yeah, so what are you up to?
What's that?
What are you up to?
Oh, nothing. Just drink a little beer.
Cheers.
Cheers. Bottoms up, bottoms up.
There you go, motherfucker.
You play video games or what?
Yeah, here's there. What about you?
I'm playing a little bit.
Yeah, what are you playing? Call
I
of
thought
Duty
we
or what?
already had this conversation. We added each other, didn't we?
Pretty sure I got you as a friend.
Yeah.
Yep.
What's your name on there again?
On what? PlayStation?
Yeah.
Push Chief 420.
Oh, were you playing 2K today?
Goddamn right.
Yeah, I played with you a little bit. I had shitty games, man. I ranked that dude up a little bit. That post score, he's a lot better now.
Wait, you play 2K?
Yeah. I was the center.
What's your username? I would have fucking played with you. Jake and I would have played with you earlier.
No, I was playing with you. Defender Spencer.
Well, buddy, I was not playing with you because I only play career today.
Oh, it was must have been yesterday or something.
A couple days ago, yeah.
Oh yeah.
A couple days ago, yeah. We were playing. Yeah.
But I had shitty games though. Sometimes I got lagged. My players got a lot better. So.
That's all good. You're all right. You're all right. We were running it up. No worries.
Yeah. So we won a couple of them.
Whatever. Yeah, whenever you want to play, just let me know, buddy.
All right.
I know who you are.
I got this boxing game here. Here, let me show you. Just tell me, let me know when you can see it. It's boxing. Here, let me show you.
Let's see you get on.
All right. Got Muhammad Ali, Smoking Joe.
Yeah, pick whatever. Let's see you get on. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, let me know when to restart the battle or when to.
30 seconds. There. One ball. Okay.
All right. It should be finding me one. Well, yeah, it's taking a long time. Well, I'm going to go on to the next one, man. I feel like battling right now. I don't feel like playing this game, so this is good. All right, man. You have a good one, dude. Thank you.
Oh. Oh. Oh my God, dude. Wow. Oh my God. Shit. Stop, man. Stop. Stop, man. I'm not playing this over here. Stop. Stop.
What's up? How you doing?
Dude, I was trying to tell people, like, we don't fight. If you ever see me fight, oh, we're gonna clock you. We're gonna clean clock you. Like, what's that? Like, you know what I mean?
Yep.
We'll clean clock you. We're the nicest people you'll ever meet.
Clean your
Just
clock.
don't. What? The fuck?
It's clean your clock, I think.
Yeah. We'll clock you. Like, we're gonna actually swing wing. Crazy how many people think. Oh,
Yep. Big sucker.
no, never. I'll never sucker punch anyone. If you hit me,
I don't think nobody drinks Coors Light can fight that good.
I can't even tell you. Like, people think they're gonna sucker punch me. Dude, if you got your hands down by your, like, hips and talking shit like George Masvidal, clean clock, Leon Edwards,
Yeah.
George, he walked up to you with his hands on the side. You knew this motherfucker was sucker punching. You knew it. Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
Jorge versus Leon Edwards. I want to see that fight. Yeah. Alright. How did clean Nate Diaz win that fight?
He's gonna get his clock cleaned. He's gonna get his clock cleaned. Nothing much. How you doing? Doing good. What you think about this fight tomorrow? Yeah, I know, man. I think there ain't no doubt, man. But it's kind of unfair because he's got all this support, you know. Like he's got all this superior training and everything, you know. It ain't really fair, man. Jake Paul ain't doing nothing but sparring in the gym, you know. Yeah, but I don't know, man.
I ain't gonna cap, man. I'm younger than Mike Tyson, but I want to try to do it.
Nah. Old people can fight. It's old people that can fight. Ain't no doubt about it. I've seen an old guy with gray hair whoop a young guy. I think the Joe Schmo shit's funnier, to be honest with you. What you talking about? Talking to each other like that. Man, I didn't vote this year, dude. I missed it. I was going to vote for Kamala Harris. Yeah. So, I think it's about time we had a woman president.
Yeah, I ain't gonna cap. Wait.
I don't know, man. Any woman that's high up is a little mean. I got news for you. Any woman that's high up is a little mean. You got to be mean if you're gonna make it high up as a woman, because people are gonna discriminate against you. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. A brother jukebox, sister of wine, mother freedom, father time.
There ain't no room. Only one number one, there ain't room for two. There ain't no room. I am the one. Top two, but not number two. There ain't no room. Boom. Came in, cleaned up without a broom. There ain't no room. Still here, still not been moved. I got points to prove. There ain't no room. Straight in, more pain, so more gaining. Yeah, I came in, guns blazing. At Raven, you get weighed in. Been training, sick of waiting. Some failing, not plain sailing. Entertaining, check the ratings. Let me out, I don't wanna be caged in. Yeah, I'm ready. Who's next up? Pay attention.
So what you doing, man?
I like to warm up like a few jabs, and then I hit hard like a left hook. My style's unique, not textbook. Get yourself messed up. Win or lose, still here, still not been moved. I got
Well,
points to prove.
that's how it is when you're young.
Only one number one, there ain't room for two. There ain't no room.
That's how it is when you're young.
Top two, but not
Can't stop. Can't stop, won't stop.
came in, cleaned up without a broom. There ain't no room. Still here, still not been moved. I got points to prove. There ain't no room. Only one number one, there ain't room.
Yeah, right.
There ain't no room. I am the one. Top two, but not number
Start selling it, man. It's a good way to make extra money.
came in, cleaned up without a broom. There ain't no room.
They ain't giving me $100 for a semen sample. I'm okay. I just saw a video the other day of a bitch that didn't want to have, like, I guess like a husband, like the dad to have like any kind of like entering in the life, so she got a sperm donor, And then now she's trying to take him to court to make him pay for that child, even though he didn't fuck her enough. Isn't that crazy?
She's trying to do what?
She's trying to take him, yeah, for like child support from him being a sperm donor.
Oh, wow.
That guy's crazy. Like she looked him up, all that shit, tracked him down.
That's
I
great.
guess like kind of like befriended him and then sued him.
Wow.
Crazy.
That's absolutely crazy.
But I don't ever doubt no woman.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I've gotten in trouble for shit that I haven't even done.
Yep.
Like this one chick said that I spit in her face. Trust me, I would have said it.
Yep.
I would have done it with pride.
Yeah. All right, man. I'll talk to you later. Yep, yep.
Smooth criminal like pounds, just told them. With a squad, get scolded. War with the Lord, not an omen. Still might have to grill a brother like Foreman. When my dogs start rioting, leaves will be falling off trees. You'd think that it's autumn. Yo, I can't stand these rap boys, feel to eliminate all. I'm trying to raise this stack boy so tall that it might fall. Top strike, calm man, I lick off the goal. So anything I set, I achieve and more. Soon bring the man them on some kind of tour. Enough liquor bottles in my rider report. I don't know why they would step to the team. I know 7 man airborne like fly beat. Come like this as some sci-fi scene when I lace this magic on these type of beats. I don't want to hear no talk from a dweeb. You don't respect me if you don't pay my fees. If you don't respect me, then please better back out the way of this heat. I don't know what they thought this was, but I come through smoking. Smooth criminal like pounds, just told them. With a squad, get scolded. War with the Lord, not an omen. Still might have to grill a brother like Foreman. When my dogs start rioting, leaves will be falling off trees. You'd think that it's autumn. I don't know what they thought this was, but I come through smoking. Smooth criminal like pounds, just told them. With a squad, get scolded. War with the Lord, not an omen. Still might have to grill a brother like Foreman. When my dogs start rioting, leaves will be falling off trees. You'd think that it's autumn. Yo, step to the place on my jeers are with all 9 and I'm on a mad one. I don't want no attention from that girl if she ain't a bad one. Man try tell me the 3-5 come too stinky as Cali that packs from. And if I go broke, N95's a nightclub slapped on. Soon put chef on the map, son. Don't pop with too many brothers, they cap enough. Dog, I don't care about the past, that bad in the present and you can get wrapped up. I don't deal with pests, man got no fertilizer for them. Go on then run up your mouth yet again, Joe get sent all the way up like Rem. Nah, that ain't the flexo. I got cheers on my feet, they're retro. They can act like they got bars. I got bars in my name like Esco, and I'll slap them off like Crespo. Go dish out the news like Metro, and it's punks know that I don't tech joke. In person, they reject small. I don't know what they thought this was, but I come smoking. Smooth criminal like pounds, just told them. With a squad, get scolded. War with the Lord, not an omen. Still might have to grill a brother like Foreman. When my dogs start rioting, leaves will be falling off trees. You'd think that it's autumn. I don't know what they thought this was, but I come through smoking. Smooth criminal like pounds, just told them. With a squad, get scolded. War with the Lord, not an omen. Still might have to grill a brother like Foreman. When my dogs start rioting, leaves will be falling off trees. You'd think that it's autumn.
Tell me what another dude's freaky athlete, man. Don't give two it's either. Brock is not a people person whatsoever.
I used to worry about him. I love him, and I thought nobody should do that. Listen, you gotta be careful. People that kick some guys out in the airplane.
Oh, yeah. No, I was on that flight.
Listen,
yeah.
Listen, man, they talk about me in the airplane. He took him in the bathroom.
Tell me about that. Another dude's freaky athlete, man. Don't give two it's either. Brock is not a people person.
We were born and blessed with all this talent. Soon as we get rid of tasks, so apparent, I'm fully prepared, fully activated and ready. Focused on the target, grab my weapon, hold it steady and aim. You know that aim rain's heavy. Got the beast in me screaming out, let me out the cage. I ain't gotta do it with rage. The days are numbered, see my steps are calculated. On time, not a second hour late. Witnessing the mastery that we display like a hitman.
Rumors is you guys were on set, said something, you walked over to and said, yo, if you have anything to say, I'm right here.
Oh, no, that didn't happen.
Something like that happened?
People make up rumors all the time.
No, that never happened. One of the things, that Steven Scott famously said, me and Javon John Claude. But he hired me on 2 occasions. So if I'm not a martial artist, why would you hire me? One was for this is one choreography, and the other one was for On Deadly Ground, which is a movie he was directing. Well, the problem I had when I really flared toward it is that he was hurting me stuff. One of my very good friends, I named James Luke, and another friend named Mill Stewart, who were nice people, but he would make it a point to kind of even off camera do things like wrench their arm. He actually tore Mills's bicep for no reason. Just
how was he afterwards? Was he apologetic?
The next day he was.
Right after he was.
Oh, do you remember a guy named Alex Desir? He was Alex Desir was, puppy dogging Seagal, right? And I wasn't doing that because I see what he was doing. He
he actually asked me to be on Deadly Ground. He says, we're gonna do this fight scene. You and I was like, oh, okay. He asked me, I remember I met with him, and he wanted to hire me. You were in the parking lot talking about it. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. And then when I get to set, I find out the parameter of what the movie's about. And it's about these white people in Alaska mistreating the natives. And this fight was going to be at a country western. And it said, okay, wait a second. No, you want me to do a martial art fight scene with you but I'm fighting on the side of racist white people in a country western bar in Alaska. And I said, why don't you throw a yarmulke on me? Because you can, this is really ridiculous in my opinion. And I'm like, well, I'll stay along. I'll help out with, the choreography. Because we had just done the Missing Soup ad commercial like weeks earlier. And so he hired me to do this stuff. And I was like, this is just freaking ridiculous. I'm not just a stunt guy. I'm an actor. So this is stupid, And so I didn't want, but I was on as, to help. And one time he shot James Lew in the throat for no freaking reason. And I just snapped. I was, I had a little bit of a temper. But the next day, I thought, well, James called me and said, are you coming? Because we're in Wonderful. Again, Tina's not right there. So he says, are you coming? I said, I'm not fired for going off. He said, no, it's everybody together. Came there, and I wasn't unarmed because I didn't know what to expect. And but he apologized. He said, he's had a little testy yesterday, long hours and all. And I was like, oh, okay. So I stayed on.
Living with opioid addiction can be a struggle, trapped in a cycle of opioid use, withdrawal, and cravings. For adult
one of the things in history that the status research really made me understand is the rise of the Nazis. That, like, growing up in the UK, there's always this question: how could it have happened? How could this technologically advanced, sophisticated country descend into Nazism? And once you understand the role the status plays, it becomes completely, for me, it's crystal clear. Like, before the First World War, Germany was just absolutely killing it. They were the most successful country in continental Europe. They were massive, bloody African people over there, BASF, Siemens, huge companies. They were producing a third of the world's potatoes, like quality of life rocketed in the early part of the 19th century. And then the First World War happened, and they just assumed we were going to kill it, we were amazing. And of course they didn't kill it, they lost. And so that's humiliating in itself. And humiliation being the loss of status. And then there was the Treaty of Versailles, which was savage. They had to give up a load of land, they had to give up their military, they had to pay the equivalent of hundreds of billions of dollars in reparations. When all that triggered hyperinflation, their economy collapsed. We took their industrial heartlands off them. So it was humiliation upon humiliation. Then Hitler comes along. And so this is the thing that we were never taught about Hitler in schools, which is probably still a bit, I don't know, it's going to trigger people, but it's the truth. Hitler was an incredibly successful leader of Germany for the time when he was in charge. The first thing which was a surprise to me was that when you see those black and white films of Hitler spitting and shouting and ranting, you assume
he's talking about the Jews all the time.
Have you seen how they've translated into English now with AI?
They're going through it, yeah.
In Hitler's voice.
Yeah, I haven't seen that.
I
No.
saw that going on Twitter. Yeah, it's fascinating. Because of AI, one of the things that they can do now, like that they can do even with podcasts. So this podcast, when Spotify runs its AI through it, they'll be able to translate you into perfect Spanish in your voice.
Wow.
And they have this technology now. I know they could do it in German, Spanish, and I think French. And of course English, back and forth. So they could do that with Hitler.
That's amazing. Wow. See, he's talking about.
That sounds so much scarier.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
the IA voice hasn't really got the attitude.
The fucking accent, boy. There's something about German. When you hear him yelling, you're like, instinctively. I think it's burned into us.
Yeah. But he's not, like during the 30s, he wasn't ranting about the Jews because everybody was anti-Semitic in that period in history. But the middle classes, they didn't want to see the Jews being attacked and killed. It didn't play well. So he suppressed all of that stuff. And all that ranting, most of it, he's talking about, I'm going to restore Germany's status. I'm going to create this Third Reich, this 1,000-year kingdom. And that's what convinced people to support him. And he did it. He did like some of the statistics are quite extraordinary. When the Nazi Party came in, a third of the population were unemployed, and by 1939 they had full employment. Between 1932 and 1939, GDP went up 81%. So he was doing the thing of restoring Germany's status. And when you see that footage of people going completely mad, that's when he's reversing the humiliations of Versailles. So he took back the industrial heartland by force, and nobody stood in his way. They went mad. He took Austria. Nobody stood in his way. So it was all about the restoration of status. That explains the rise of Hitler. And they did it like there was some mad stuff in the research, like women would get swastika tattoos. They would do the Hitler salute at point of orgasm.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa, that's kind of hot.
Yeah. There was a butcher that was making swastika sausages. People would even name their female children after Hitler. People with tuberculosis would stare for hours at pictures of Hitler because they thought they would make them better. So again, that's another example of that status. That's how mad people go for status. It was taken away from them, and he didn't just promise to restore it. For a while, he did restore it. So that's why they loved it. It wasn't to do with the, with really anything else.
When do you think meth came into the picture? Because somewhere along the line, the Hitler story is not complete.
Yeah.
Unless you realize Hitler was a meth head.
Yeah, and weren't his army on amphetamines?
Everybody was on amphetamines. Yeah. That's how they talk the kamikazes into doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a natural pattern of behavior for grown men.
No.
Fly planes and boats. You got to be fucking jacked. You just want to take everybody out. But Hitler was a full-on meth head.
Yeah.
And there's video of him at the Olympics in 1936 just straight up tweaking. Have you ever seen that video?
Yeah, I have, yeah.
It's nuts.
Yeah,
and if you see that video, that's a guy, like, it's not, he's not just doing that once. Everybody going to the Olympics, the first time trying meth. No, that guy was a meth head. You know?
That's it, blitz.
While other drugs are banned or discouraged, methamphetamine was touted as a miracle product when it first appeared on the market in the late 1930s. I bet it was a miracle. Indeed, the little pill was the perfect Nazi drug. Germany awake, the Nazis had commanded. Energizing and confidence-boosting, methamphetamine played into the Third Reich's obsession with physical and mental superiority.
See? Superiority.
Yeah. In sharp contrast to drugs such as heroin or alcohol, methamphetamines were not about escapist pleasure. Rather, they were taken for hyper alertness and vigilance. Aryans were the embodiment of human perfection, and Nazi ideology could now even aspire to be superhuman. And such superhumans can be turned into super soldiers.
That's it, superhuman. So it's the same as the the cult that was promising we're going to take you to a level above human. It's always the promise of these mad people that we're going to give you so much status that we're going to essentially become superhuman. It's what the communists thought as well. That the average human, their intelligence would become so much that everybody would be a genius. That's what they really believed that communism would lead to. Like the promise of these lunatics is always insane amounts of status, and religions too. That's what heaven is, isn't it? Heaven is.
And it's also hope to people who have none.
Yeah.
If you go along with this, and there's much more people that have none than have some, and have a lot.
Yeah.
You know, those people are the problem. Let's go get them. That's the reason why I'm so sad.
Yeah.
But you don't understand. That's just a trap. It's just a giant trap. Massive trap. But it's so wild that most people don't address it that way. They just get, even really brilliant people I know, just get locked into these ideologically captured echo chambers.
Yeah.
Rumors is you guys were on set. He said something to you. You walked over to him and said, "Yo, if you have anything to say, I'm right here."
Oh, no, that didn't happen. Oh, okay.
Something like that happened.
People make up rumors.
And that's a true story. That's not something you just say. Undisputed, we're the undisputed ones. We want it to be gangster, we want it to be dons. We end up in the can, and I don't mean a Rubicon. I've always been a champion, I've done this on my ones. I've been running up hills, I've been banging out weights, I've been beating up the heavy bag. I'm training every day. Had to fight for these mills, had to lose a couple mates. Sacrifice after sacrifice, that's the only way. Undisputed.
IQ doesn't necessarily mean intelligence. Some of the questions in IQ tests are predicated on a knowledge of math that you learn in school. But there's people that are strategizers, and they're really good at business. They're really good at figuring people out, figuring themselves out. I know a lot of people with very high IQs, but their life is a clumsy mess. It really is dependent upon what is the mental horsepower you have, and how are you applying that mental horsepower. IQ doesn't necessarily mean intelligence. Some of the questions in IQ.
Come get your free portfolio checkup. Schedule a call at empower.com.
Amazon early holiday deals are here. With everything you need to kick off the season. Shop Amazon early holiday deals now.
So this question of intelligence is really interesting, and I think very important, because we talk about intelligence as if we know what it is, but we don't. It expresses itself in so many different ways. There's so many manifestations. So this big controversy that's happening now among, between, I don't know if you're aware, this was Sam Harris and Ezra Klein and Andrew Sullivan, and people are
and
training.
Charles
Murray, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. That whole thing about
Want to
racial.
explain to people that don't know what the hell
Charles Murray wrote this book called The Bell Curve, I don't know, 20 years ago or
I
something.
think it was 25 even.
Yeah, where he argued that there are racial differences in intelligence, IQ specifically, with Asians being the highest, and then whites, and then blacks, and that's just the way it is, and social adjustments aren't going to change that because it's largely genetic.
Right.
That's, as I understand, that was the argument. I
don't think it's saying largely genetic, but I think they're saying that genetics play a factor and environment plays a factor. I think some people are not willing to look at genetics if it shows an unfavorable trait in minorities. They don't want to look at it. They deny
that's
it.
True, but I think it's also true that part of the argument is that social programs are a waste of money because they're not going to affect it because it's genetic.
That's crazy. If
I'm
that
pretty
is
sure
part of the
that's-
argument, that's just straight racist to me.
Well, I think that's what people are. But I think it's also true that part of the argument is that social programs are a waste of money because they're not going to affect it because it's genetic.
That's crazy.
I'm
If that
pretty
is
sure
part of
that
the
that's-
argument, that's just straight racist to me.
Well, I think that's what people are.
The idea, like, save your
grabbing
money,
onto.
save your money. No,
Right.
do a better job. Like, you don't even know
Yeah.
if it works because
Right.
what have you done? Like, what?
Well,
you go to an
yeah.
inner city school
Right.
and pretend you're a 10-year-old kid trying to get by in this life, and
Yeah.
you're literally seeing gang members and craziness and people flashing cash and people drunk.
Victory all in my eyes, enemies only can see my demise. Envision my downfall, it's not in my view. I only look up, I will not be subdued. Can never submit, position is grip. The mission persists like it's built out of bricks. In the gym I commit, knocking shit out of shit. Hit equipment till I lose the feel in my fists. Precision my gift, decisions are swift. At home in the ring, it's like I live in this beat. And I'm undisputed, so undisputed. Yeah. Pound for pound, 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 pound for pound. What feel like the night of the fight? Feels like the fight of my life. Lighting my fire, can't even remember which finger is injured or what tired is like. Train through the pain, flipping them tires. Barbells was lifting them skyward and higher. I ran through the rain, work till I'm drained. Put on headphones and do it all over again. Chains clang from hitting the bag. Throwing them fast, trying to fold it in half. Footwork rehearsed till I float in the flash. Searching for weakness, immersed in my defense. Please don't be too slow with the pads. But I'm still matching the motion it has. Shoulder rolling, find an opening and let them go like I'm holding the soul in my hands. Set it free, set it free, set it free. Flow like a butterfly, sting like a pound for pound, 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 pound for pound. Do it for my mama, do it for my father. It's a family affair, my whole family in here. I do it for the block, do it for the soldiers, do it for the sport, do it for the coach. I'm undisputed, yeah, I'm undisputed. Do it for my father, do it for my mother. It's a family affair, my whole family in here. I did it for the past, I did it for the future, I did it for us all. That's why I'm undisputed. Pound for pound, 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 pound for pound.
Dropping out because they're pregnant when they're 13th, and you're trying to tell me there's not some sort of a massive
Right.
environmental factor. If you were a white kid
Yeah.
going to a school like that, I only went to a bad school for 1 year of my life. I'm no OG, but I really did go to one bad school, Mary Curley Middle School in Jamaica Plain. And in Jamaica Plain, Massachusetts, it's become gentrified, sort of. It's kind of like East LA or Silver Lake area. You know, like a lot of hipsters have moved in and nice places. But when I lived there, it was not good.
Yeah.
It was very poor people, and the fucking middle school was scary. It was 17-year-old kids in my 7th grade class. No one. It was just a weird place. Maybe I guess it was 8th grade, but the point was these kids were never going to graduate. They knew it, and they were trying to go back to 7th grade again or 8th grade, whatever the fuck it was. And the teacher would have them in the class for a couple days, and then they would leave. And everywhere you walked, you were scared. Everywhere you walked, like some weird shit was happening with people. People were yelling at people. There was always like tension, and there was always like bigger kids around that were robbing other kids. Like fuck. Like I got through that year going, holy shit. And when I got out of there, my parents moved to a really nice part of town, Newton. But if you're a kid growing up in that environment, good fucking luck learning anything. Good fucking
and
luck
probably it's pretty bad at home too.
Yeah, and what I experienced at Jamaica Plain was nothing compared to Dorchester and Roxbury. Those are the bad areas.
Yeah.
They were way worse.
And we know that anxiety, stress stops brain development.
Yes.
Retards.
Yes. It also makes people much more inclined to violence.
Yeah.
You know,
Sure.
when you grow up even in the womb, if your mother's around horrible situations and people screaming and fighting and that cortisol, those adrenaline, and all those hormones are flowing through that baby, preparing that baby for a violent world.
Well, and I'm sure you know about the epidemic.
Growing up in Oakland, let me put it to you this way. I had my first gun when I was in elementary. Well, my first experience in solitary confinement was in San Antonio. I'm not saying glorified prison, jail, none of that. Because for me, truthfully, it was a waste of 11 years. But I'm here to say you better find another way, and I did it. So you don't have to do it no more. Neighborhood I lived in, you could look out the window, see somebody dead on the sidewalk. It's Khalif, sharp, intelligent, fierce, in Swahili. Read and write Swahili, speak it fluently. I had my mother and I had a stepfather, and I was the middle child of two other children, and I was the black sheep. I was the one that got beatings and just got did bad. Football, wrestling, and track, and I excelled in all three, all city and all three. Was senior class president, and then my senior year, my older brother died. Messing around with a gun, he killed himself. My second year at Fresno, I got in trouble. I went to the coach because my money was funny. I couldn't pay my rent. I didn't have enough money for food. So I went to Coach Sweeney, rest in peace. He died in 2013. And I asked him, could I get some money, advance on my scholarship? So Coach Sweeney looked me in the eye, and I'll never forget it. He said, sir, a man got to do what a man got to do to survive in this world. And me being from the streets of Oakland, I took that in a negative way. So I went out and committed some robberies, ended up going to prison and doing 7 years in prison. When I got to San Quentin, that's when I started to really blossom and grow, because I was eating Dunkin' sticks, honey buns, top ramen, and tuna spreads, and I was huge. I was 230. There wasn't no need for no steroids. The only time I heard of somebody taking steroids in prison was at Tehachapi prison I was at. And a big white guy, he was young too, he was like, I got some D-ball. I'm like, what the fuck is that? He's like, oh, it make you big. I'm like, motherfucker, I'm the biggest on the yard. What I need some fucking, and that's $20 a pill? Man, I go get 4 cases of top ramen for that. And so, there wasn't no need for me to do all that because I was already swole as a motherfucker. So 1997, the word got out that the weights were getting took. I was in San Quentin. It was unbelievable. The weights were like our guy, and I had one workout partner as big as me, could have been a bodybuilder too. And so we were stressed out. So we was hoping that this was just a rumor. So one day, on the yard, everybody screaming like, hey, they coming to take the weights. And so they had inmates that were low level to help them, help the correctional officers put the weights on trucks. So we started throwing rocks at them and signs with all oranges, milks, everything. We were stressed out. So at that time, But when the rumor, I had to find a way in case they did take the weights, how to improvise.
So let's get it on. Sing song we sing. Finding the pain. Little brother doing the same thing. Trying to make a change. Never seen clean. Trying to shake it. Trying to make it. Sometimes I can't take it. Mistakes get.
How you feel good? How you feel good?
Yes. Trust. I trust. And so big God we trust.
I had one of my workout partners on my shoulders doing squats, and the correctional officers didn't want that. They didn't want us to do anything like weights, no more. And so I told them, hey, send me to the hole. If I can't lift weights, if I can't work out, send me to the hole where I can do what I want to in my cell. And so that's what happened. I lost 90 days for working out. And, you know, when I tell people that story, they're like, you lost time for working out? And I'm like, yeah. So all you spoiled motherfuckers worry about what your gym got. You know, oh, my gym don't have this and that. Hey, motherfucker, I lost time from the streets for working out with water bags and using people for weights. So my mother come pick me up. We go to Costco. So she like, baby, get whatever you want. So me, being institutionalized, I go get 5 cases of top ramen and a big box of tuna. She like, baby, you out of prison? What you get that for? I was like, shit, I don't know what else to eat. Me, truthfully, it was a waste of 11 years. And the reason I say that is because I was dealing with robbers, killers, stealers, the most conniving people on the earth. And yes, I try to bring positivity to them with knowledge, fitness, and trying to get these guys to look at life in a different way. But 99.9% of the guys that I dealt with in there went back or they dead. My sole purpose on this earth is to help the kids. I started my foundation, Ex-Con to Icon, where I'm going into juvenile halls, prisons, CYAs. I'm going to the inner city schools where people don't want to go. And I'm showing these kids that, hey, you don't have to use the negativity that you involved in your community for negativity. So I did my first competition was the Orange County Classic. And I took first place, heavyweight. From then on, my life improved.
Now his future is gone because he chose to rob when all he had to do was go and get his punk ass a job. So take notes if you will. This ain't no ordinary rhyme. It's a message, my friends. Only losers do time.
Only one, number one, there ain't room for two. There ain't no room. I am the one. Top 2, but not number 2. There ain't no room. Boom. Came in, cleaned up without a broom. There ain't no room. Still here, still not been moved. I got points to prove. There ain't no room. Straight in, more pain, so more gaining. Yeah, I came in, guns blazing. At Raven, you get weighed in. Been training, sick of waiting. Some failing, not plain sailing. Entertaining, check the ratings. Let me out, I don't wanna be caged in. Yeah, I'm ready, who's next up? Pay attention now, yeah, your best luck. I like to warm up like a few jabs, and then I hit hard like a left hook. My style's unique, not textbook. Step to me, you get yourself messed up. Win or lose, still here, still not been moved. I got points to prove. There ain't no room. Only one, number one, there ain't room for 2. There ain't no room. I am the one. Top 2, but not number 2. There ain't no room. Boom. Came in, cleaned up without a broom. There ain't no room. Still here, still not been moved. I got points to prove. There ain't no room. Only one, number one, there ain't room for 2. There ain't no room. I am the one. Top 2, but not number 2. There ain't no room. Boom. Came in, cleaned up without a broom. There ain't no room. Still here, still not been moved. I got points to prove. There ain't no room. Who wants it? Ready for anybody? I got this. They say you can learn from your losses, but victory tastes sweet like chocolates. Top of the game, you can't top this.
evidence source, never lost it. You came in the game and you flopped it. I came in the game and I bossed it. That's why me and you are different. I'm ahead, you lot are in the distance. Stay persistent and consistent. I'm the king now, this is my kingdom. Ready for takeoff, watch how I lift them. Take shots, it's rare that I miss them. Boom. Win or lose, still here, still not been moved. I got points to prove. There ain't no room. Only one, number one, there ain't room for two. There ain't no room. I am the one. Top two, but not number two. There ain't no room. Boom. Came in, cleaned up without a room. There ain't no room. Still here, still not been moved. I got points to prove. There ain't no room.